Good morning, Stitch Roadies. It's early in the morning. The sun is just starting to come up, and I feel somewhat rushed and compelled to make a video this morning. The destruction that's going on here at our home is now on the other side of the beehive wall. So it is deafening during the day, and I could not figure out when to do a video because by the evening I am exhausted. And G and I have been trading off who gets to stay home with the boys as they do their work. And today's my day. Today's my day. It's going along fantastic. It is what it is, and I can see the changes and the beauty to come. So I'm very excited. But living with major remodeling going on is, and actually living in the space is kind of has its challenges. And I just, there was no other way for us to do it. But we can see a little bit of the end result and cannot wait, just cannot wait, and are so happy that we have done this, because as they have done the destruction, they have found some interesting things. And I just love the guys. They are all fantastic. So if you ever need a contracting company in Oregon, California, Hawaii, this contractor does travel. If he can do it, if he can muster his crew. But yeah, it's been a great thing. And that's Galvin Construction. Just a little plug on a floss tube video. Yeah, this is a video about cross stitch, isn't it? So this last few weeks has been total schedule chaos. I ended up, I had a trip planned with girlfriends to the Road to California, which is one of the major quilt shows, and that was nothing but a good time, nothing but a good time. And so that took up a good part of a week, and then the traveling back and forth. It was interesting because when we landed in the Ontario, California airport, it was about 6 o'clock at night, and basically the airport was closed. There was no one at the desk to help you get transportation, and the hotel didn't provide transportation. A lot of things have changed post-COVID. As we all know, a lot have in our expectations and our pattern of living has changed post-COVID. So as we venture out, you have to roll with the punches. You just have to roll with the punches, because there's no you can't really ever go backwards. You can only go forward. You can only go forward. And so you have to decide how you want to go forward, in what state of mind. And yeah, that's all there is. And I am bound and determined to live a full life with the last years that I have left. So on to cross stitch. Interestingly enough, at the Road to California, there were a couple of booths that actually had some cross stitch in it, and my girlfriend Robin actually bought cross stitch fabric at the Road. So now the worlds are, you can see it majorly merging when a big show starts having vendors that are very much a crossover. So that was great to see. So what happened on Road? I took 2 projects with me, knowing that the hotel we were staying in that I had remembered was somewhat dark, not very good lighting, and I took my light with me. but I took two projects. One, the Prairie Schooler 2022 Santa, as a small, be able to stitch in the airport kind of stitch. And then I also took this project, which is I got it from the Fat Quarter Shop. It was I think it was a stitch along. I can't remember. But it's by the Tiny Modernist, and it's called Halloween Ouija. Do you remember that one? And I stitched on that in the hotel room. And I took it because I had, it was a whip, and it was on a lighter fabric. And so I'll show you how far what I did. So here's the project, and what I got done was this top band here, the yes and the no and the moth in between. Yeah. It felt good because what happens when you take a whip out is that you fall in love with it all again. It's an interesting emotional phenomena that happens, is that you forget about some of your whips, but when you take them back out and you actually start stitching on them, you remember how much you loved them. So that's, and I store this in a lovely bag, Bags by Wendy, and you can't see it because I have all kinds of stuff in there, but it has beautiful fabric on the inside. So those were the two projects, this one and the Prairie Schooler Santa. The other project that I have been working on, let me see my little pile here. What do I have going here? It's January, and it's almost the end of January, so I had to think about how I wanted to fit this project, also a Tiny Modernist, if you remember, and this is also from the Fat Quarter Shop, Halloween calendar. And I had determined that I was going to do like 2 squares a month. And then by Halloween I would have the finished project. This month though, instead of 2 little squares, I decided to work on the banner. So the banner up above says Happy Halloween. And I am finding that this pattern of stitching for me, where when I have stitching that is has definite divisions in it. I was trying to see if there's, oh yeah, here's the picture of it. So this is still available, and it's absolutely adorable. So instead of doing 2 more squares for this month, I decided to work on the upper banner that says Happy Halloween. And I don't know if you remember, but I decided that the grid of the calendar and the wording at the top were going to be with 2 threads. And then all the motifs in the center of the grids was going to be with 1 thread. So here's how we are doing. Here we go. And this is, I don't see, I love this fabric. Let me see. Let me see if I can find, see if it has, oh, I don't have the name of the fabric, but it looks like a 25 count. It looks like a 25 count to me. And I have it in this adorable bag by Chris Yo. and it's, look at the little yo-yo, and then look at that. These are such cool scissors. Am I making you dizzy? Go shop at Crisio's Etsy shop. Oh no, okay. I'll put the link down below. And of course, a little floss bling helps a project. So the last couple days I've been working on this in the evening. It's pretty chaotic here during the daytime. I really don't want to stay in the beehive with the sound coming through the wall. And it's interesting because nothing's fallen off the shelf. But some of the pictures in the hallway are like cattywampus. But pretty much the destruction's just about done, so it won't be quite as noisy. It will be more on the construction side of things. Okay. I have been a long time donator of St. Jude's. Anything to help children, I guess. I love children. Although I was a labor and delivery and an OR, pre-surgery nurse, I remember one pediatric stint I did, and it ended up being a boy who was actually in my younger son's class, and he had a surgery scheduled in, he was just a young kid. And he had a surgery scheduled in another city where he was being transported to that city for surgery. And so his mother and he were staying overnight at the hospital that I worked in. And they didn't have a pediatric nurse that could, he had to be a one-on-one care. And so they didn't have a pediatric nurse available to do that. So they pulled me from labor and delivery to have just one patient all night long. It was the night shift. And I had such empathy for that mother and all that, all that she was feeling, and trying to sleep all night and knowing that your child was going to get transported in the morning to an entirely different city, to a bigger city for surgery. I just always have had an affinity. Maybe it's because I'm a mother. I worry about even my oldest son now, who's in his 40s, mind you. He's going out camping with my grandson. It's supposed to snow this weekend. I'm just like, can't you do crafts and stay indoors? Can't I teach you two guys to do cross stitch? I mean, Jiminy Christmas. Oh, did I sound like I was whining? Yeah, because this year I'm going to breathe. I'm going to embrace my word. Whenever I start hearing that high-pitched whine, I'm going to breathe. Yes. Yes, he's going to be. And, okay, one more little whine. And when I texted him that it's going to snow this weekend, thinking that that would make him change his mind, he said, "Yeah, snow." I tell you, I don't know. But where was I? Okay, St. Jude. I have long been a supporter of St. Jude, and the Fat Quarter Shop is doing a stitch along as a fundraiser for St. Jude, and I don't do stitch-alongs. I like Robin of, Lady Robin S. floss tube. I do start-alongs, but because it's St. Jude, I immediately wrote Kate and said, sign me up. I will do it. So if you want to join and help support St. Jude's Children's Hospital, please go to the Fat Quarter Shop and sign up for Bountiful Stitch Along. And if you want to do a quilt, they're also doing a Bountiful Quilt Along. But I'm doing the Stitch Along. And just to give you a little hint, here's the box. Isn't that, it's one of those pencil boxes that are so cool. And so I'm going to give you a peek at the threads. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah. A taste of spring. I am all in, so I hope you will, you'll join us and many others who are doing the Bountiful Stitch Along, and it's hashtag Bountiful Sal. Yeah. And I'm storing that lovely project in my Stitch Toolbox by Anna Collado, because I love this bag. Look at that, and the little charm. You know, it's kind of like, I look at these bags as kind of like earrings. They're bling. They're like wearing nice clothes. You know, our whips are in their glory in a project bag. Yeah. I'm so full of crap. Did I say that? I'm sorry. I'm so full. I better just keep my mouth shut, hadn't I? Well, I got back from the road to California, and my bestie who I traveled down to road with is also a cross-stitcher, and there is no cross-stitch shop on the other side of the mountain, so we had to make an extra day at the back end so that I could take her to my L&S, Acorns and Threads. Yeah, because I knew that she needed to go there. Yeah. And so what did I get? Well, let's see. I got this. This little candle thing. I just wanted to paint it and do some felt pincushion on it or something. I just wanted to do that. I'm looking around here, just making sure that I didn't miss anything. I know I'm going to miss something. It just feels like it. Breathe, breathe. So, okay, what I bought was some more thread that I was missing for the project that Marcia gave me, the blue houses, because this year's color is blue. And so I'm getting that all kitted up. And I bought 3 pieces of fabric because, you know, it's kind of like for cross-stitchers, fabric is the toilet paper of the pandemic. Yeah, you just want to hoard it. There's thread and fabric. You know, you have no idea what you're going to use it for, but you just have to hoard it. And so I bought 3 pieces of fabric. This one is a 32 count Weeks Dye Works linen straw. And it has a note on it that looks like this was chosen for a specific project, this color, but it is lovely. And that's pretty true to it right there. Yeah, it's pretty true to it. And then because this was 32 count linen, I decided I needed to give myself somewhat of a break. So I picked up a 28 count Lugana ivory. And it's just a lovely basic color to have in one's hand. This particular fabric, I hope the camera does it justice. It's Fiber on a Whim, 28 count parchment. It has like a little bit of an olive green tone. Oh yeah, that's it right there. And look at this side. Is that not cool? Yeah, so I decided to get those. And then Janine had some perforated paper come in, and I decided to buy this pack because, you know, although I've never done a perforated paper project, you never know when that might happen, when I get consumed. And so I bought this pack. Yeah, there it is. It's kind of a, it's called Anniversary Gold. Look at that. Ooh, I can use this to signal for help. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I did for shopping, although I did sign up for a couple of, well, I have, on Sunday, I have the Acorn Gathering. Going to be awesome. I can't wait. It's supposed to snow here, but I still have my snow tires on, you know. There's little that's going to keep me from Acorns and Threads when they're having a gathering. I mean, yeah, I can throw my skis in the back of the car. Yeah, I'm gonna get there. And then I went online, and you can too, and join a whole bunch of us. We're going to have such a good time at Jeanette Douglas's workshop, and I think there's still maybe 5 spaces left, but the project just looks gorgeous. So if you're able to make it to that, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So I have that in my future, which is kind of like, it's kind of like having, you know, I feel like I'm just going crazy with all the emotions, like spring, even though it's not even February yet, that bountiful stitch along with the spring colors, just moved me in a much more hopeful way. And every so often the sun comes out. Every so often the sun comes out. Yeah. I had to laugh, though. I had to laugh. You know, every so often you get, you know, if you're a floss tuber, you're going to get requests from companies to partner with them, you know, and it's all kinds of stuff that has I mean, I would say 99% of the requests I get have nothing to do with any craft. Any craft. Like, we watched your videos and we think your audience can benefit by partnering with us. We do all this kind of exercise equipment. They must think we're just a bunch of lazy, I don't know. But I had to laugh because, and well, I delete all of them and block them. But sometimes I'll take a moment and just read because, you know, everyone needs a laugh. And I tell you, one person, one company said, your videos are so professional. Now, now I know for a fact they've not watched one of this. Yeah, this is so professional. Yeah, yeah. It's it's just it just kind of cracks me up. It just kind of cracks me up. So I'm going to keep plugging along with this adventure that we're in with remodeling. I'm trying to do positive things for my body because I've been in quite a bit, I've had quite a few challenges with the last virus I had, a cold. It was a cold, but I coughed so hard. I think I did something to my back muscles. Obviously, they are not strong enough for a regular cold. So I have some things to do for that. I have cross stitch to look forward to. I started, I mean, this is crazy. This month alone, when I look in my journal, this month alone, I have started 6 new projects. Yeah, 6. 6. Can you hear that? 6 new projects. Yeah. So obviously, I am feeling the joy of cross stitch, and I hope you will continue to come along with me. Love you guys. You take care. Be safe out there. Enjoy. Seize the moment. Seize the stitch. And we'll see you next time.